I'm Deepika Tidke. Let's see user support part 3. Approaches to user modeling. Quantification. User moves between levels of expertise. Quantification. This is one of the, already I have explained in last video what is quantification based on the quantitative measures of what he knows. Next approach is stereotypes. User is classified into particular category. The automatic user modeling is to work with stereotypes rather than attempting to build a truly individual model of the users. The system classifies the user as a member of a known category of users. Stereotypes are based on user characteristics and may be simple, such as making a distinction between voice and expert users, or more complex. For example, building a compound stereotype based on more than one piece of information. There are several ways of building stereotypes. One is to use information such as command use and errors to recognize different types of user, and then to use rules to identify the stereotype to which the user belongs. Next is overlay. Overlay models of expert use is constructed. Actual use of compared to ideal. Model may contain commonality or difference. The resulting user profile may represent either the commonality between the two models or differences. An advantage of this style of modeling is that it allows a certain degree of diagnostic activity on the part of the system. Not only is the system aware of what the user is doing, but it also has a representation of optimal behavior. This provides benchmark against which to measure the user's performance, and if the user does not take optimal course of actions, gives an indication of the type of help or hint this is required. A similar approach is used in error-based models where the system holds a record of known user errors and the user's actual behavior is compared with this. If this behavior matches an error in the catalog, then remedial action can be taken. A similar approach already we discussed used in error-based models where the system holds a record of known user's error and the user's actual behavior is compared with this. These types of modeling are also useful in intelligent tutorial systems where diagnostic information is required in order to decide how to proceed with tutorial. So these are the approaches to user modeling. Next, knowledge representation, domain and task modeling. This is the third area of knowledge representation, which is sometimes included in adaptive help, is modeling advisory or tutoring strategies. Providing a help system with this type of information allows it not only to select appropriate advice for the user but also to use an appropriate method for giving advice. It covers the common errors and task and current task. Usually involves analysis of a command sequence. The problems are represented in task, interleaved task, user intention. Few adaptive help systems have attempted to model advisory strategy and those that to provide a limited choice. Ideally, it would be useful if the system had access to a number of alternative strategies and was able to choose an appropriate style of guidance in each case. Knowledge representations advisory strategy. Already we discussed in domain and task modeling that it is used, or it is all adaptive system help system must have some knowledge of the system itself in order to provide relevant and appropriate advice. This knowledge may include command use, command errors, and common tasks. However, some help system also attempt to build a model of the user's current task or plan. And already knowledge representation modeling and advisory strategy explained a third area of knowledge representation, which is sometimes included in adaptive help, is modeling, advisory, or tutorial strategies. Providing help system with this type of information allows it not only to select appropriate advice for the user but also to use appropriate method of giving advice. Involves using the correct style of advice for a given situation. Example, reminder, tutorial. Few intelligence help system model advisory strategy, but choice of strategy is still important. Already I have explained this in domain and task modeling. Techniques for knowledge representations. All of the modeling approaches described rely heavily on techniques for knowledge representation from artificial intelligence. This is a whole subject in its own right, and there is only room to outline the methods here. That interested reader is also referred to next and on artificial intelligence in the recommended reading list. So first technique is rule-based. Example, logic, production, rules. Knowledge presented as rules and facts, interpreted using inference mechanism, can be used in relatively large domains. Knowledge is presented as a set of rules and facts, which are interpreted using some inference mechanism. Predicate logic provides a powerful mechanism for representing declarative information. Rule-based technique can be used in relatively large domains and can represent actions to perform as well as for inference. A user model implemented using rule-based methods may include rules of the form: if command is edit file and last command is compile file, then task is debug. Action is describe automatic debugger. Next technique is frame-based techniques. Frame-based systems examples are a semantic network, knowledge stored in structures with slot to be filled, useful for small domain. Frame-based systems are used to represent commonly occurring situations and default knowledge. A frame is a structure that contains labeled slots representing related speeches. Each slot can be assigned a value or alternatively be given a default value. User input is matched against the frame values, and successful match may cause some action to be taken. This is the frame based. Next technique is network based. Knowledge represented as relationships between facts can be used to link frames. Networks represent knowledge about the user and system in terms of relationships between facts. One of the most common example is semantic network. The network is hierarchy and children can inherit properties associated with their parents. Networks can be used to use link frame based representations. Next technique is example based. Knowledge represented implicitly within decision structure. Example based techniques represent knowledge implicitly within a decision structure of a classification system. This may be decision tree. In the case of inductive learning approach such as ID3 or links in a network in the case of neural networks. The decision structure is constructed automatically based on example presented to the classifier. The classifiers effectively detect recurrent features within the example and are able to use this to classify other input. These are the techniques for knowledge representation. Next is problems with knowledge representation and modeling. Knowledge acquisition, resources, and interpretation of user behavior. Knowledge representation is the central issue in adaptive health system, but it is not without its problem. Knowledge is often difficult to Knowledge representation is a central issue in adaptive health system, but it is not without its problem. This is a particular tool of knowledge of the user behavior owing to its variability. It is especially difficult to ensure completeness and correctness of the knowledge based on these circumstances. Even if knowledge is available, the amount of knowledge required is substantial, making adaptive health system an expensive option. A second problem is interpreting the information appropriately. Although the knowledge base can be provided, the detailed knowledge of expected contexts and the domain in advance, during the interaction, the only information that is available is the system log of the user actions. So these are the problems with the knowledge representations and modeling. Next part we will see in next video, part 4. Thank you.